program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Amp2.tv presents Tell Us Your Business, where you're invited on the air to tell us what makes your business stand out in the community. It's important we hear from you to tell us all we need to know about what you do best. Tell Us Your Business uses the latest radio and television production systems, and all shows can be seen on amp2.tv. If you have a question for our guest, call 888-565-1470. Now, let's get ready as our guest hits the airwaves and informs us about what we need to know on Tell Us Your Business.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on Tell Us Your Business. I'm your host, Odette Potter, with Linden Nursing Service. So let me tell you a little bit about Linden Nursing Service, and please note we welcome you calling in to 888-565-1470. We have our guest tonight, Satania, that I'd like to introduce. She's our operations manager, and she's joining me tonight so that we can discuss everything we can about Tell Us Your Business, our business and your business.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Odette. Happy to be a part of your 30 minutes tonight.
Thank you, Sue.
You're welcome.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to tell you a little bit about Linden Nursing. We have a Linden Nursing Service, which is our registry. We're licensed for Broward and the Palm Beaches. We go all the way up to the Treasure Coast. And then we have Linden Home Health Agency, where this is an agency. The caregivers are employees of ours. And then we have our newest service, Linden Concierge Care. So, Sue, would you like to enlighten us about the Linden Concierge Care?
Absolutely. So I'll tell you a little bit about home care in general, and then go over to Linden Concierge Care. We care about our seniors. We care about how they're being assisted. We do believe they should have their optimal quality of life to the very end. And so with that, we have designed what we call a premium service. We have those discerning clienteles that are used to a way of life that we should conform to, and I don't believe they have to conform to ours. And so we go in and we learn about the client. We find out what their likes, dislikes are, their social engagements, the lifestyle things that they would do that we can continue to maintain in the capacity that they can manage. And we created Linden Concierge Care. And so it's really concierge, whatever it is that you need in your life that we can provide and we can facilitate. The team in the office goes above and beyond to make sure that that happens for the client.
So what happens if we have, let's say, a client that is of the Jewish faith and they're kosher? Do you have your caregivers or your, what do you call the caregivers? They're not called caregivers. What are they called?
Concierge personnel.
So they're your concierge personnel.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, they do perform and they do represent as, I would say, 50% personal assistant and 50% caregiver. Somebody that's there to assist you with your activities of daily living. And then they're there for you for the other 50% on that social aspect, which is very important for holistic balance in anyone's life. So that's what our concierge personnel does, and that's what they're there to assist the clients with.
With certain etiquette?
Certain etiquette. You mentioned kosher. Mm-hmm. They are trained. They do have an extended training beyond what regular caregivers that are schooled and licensed for it do. We do have a personal training in the office where they are kosher trained. They're trained on modern manners and etiquette, because in our day and age, we do see a deficiency in that. And we do get that feedback that they would like to go out to a formal dinner, and there are times that just because of circumstances, the aide is not able to be participatory in such an event because they don't know. And so we believe that if we provide this service, that they should have the ability to do so. And they are trained in kosher, and they are trained in modern manners and etiquette. And they're a fabulous addition to your family. They become family because they become such an integral part of your life.
Thank you. Well, Linden Nursing Service has been around for over 10 years. It's a family-owned and operated business with over 20 years of experience combined. Like I said before, we're not just licensed for Broward, but also the Palm Beaches. Linden Nursing just celebrated their 10th anniversary, which I'm so elated just to say that we made it to 10 years. And we provide services based on the client's needs. So if someone has a parent at home or in a hospital, in a rehab or an assisted living, and they figure, I need some additional care, a different set of eyes or hands to assist with mom or dad's daily living care. That's what we do at Linden Nursing. So we provide caregivers that are trained, LPNs, RNs, CNAs, home health aides. We also do staffing. Several times we find, like on the holidays, it's very hard to, someone will call you at the last minute. And so you've seen this as a nurse, where they're calling us in a moment's notice. I need an aide for in 2 hours. We have a minimum of 4 hours. We can do travel assists if someone is going home. We can provide that care where a caregiver can assist the client from point A, the hospital or the rehab, to home. One of the things that we try to look at is the idea of the recidivism of readmit. Having a caregiver in the home, Sue, does reduce the risk of that fall, of them not taking their medication.
Absolutely.
Or eating or taking a shower.
Yeah.
The idea is to get that help, and that's why we're here. We're also on call 24/7, 7 days per week. So we're one of the very few agencies that are open till after 5. And you'll physically call the office and someone's physically there. Our full staff is there until 5:30. But we also go on call, and you will get someone that's working in the office that knows the caregivers, that knows the client's history, that will be able to assist.
Yeah. And you know what, Odette? Let's go back to the holidays. Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because medical technology has, which I think is a gift, has allowed our seniors to live longer. And so what you find is that they're outliving their counterparts. And these important holidays come by, and who wants to be alone for their holiday? So let's talk about how Linden Nursing and their caregivers make that difference. Even to have someone sit to have a Thanksgiving meal with you. It's very big. Somebody to socialize with. Somebody to come in and tell you happy holidays. That's what makes the difference. So yes, we do provide that care, but we understand the empathetic side of it as well, and the companionship side. And I don't know if any of you who are listening out there have loved ones who really are outliving their counterparts, and are they lonely? Do they need companionship in times like this? And do they need that support? So if you do know of anybody, give us a call or tell us your story if it's you. At least tonight we can socialize, even if it's for a little bit, for the next minutes we have on the
And just to remind you, the number to call in is 888-565-1470. And just to inform the public, the type of services, places that we can provide care. If you're in a hospital and you need a sitter, a one-on-one, we can do that. If you're in an assisted living or an independent living and you feel that additional care is needed, we are here for you. Or if you're in your home and you need maybe 4 hours, that's our minimum, or 2 12-hour shift, or a live-in where someone lives within the home and assists with the activities of daily living, which are bathing, dressing, meal preparation, making a doctor's appointment, reminding you of taking your medications on time, even taking you to get your hair or nails done. Grooming is very important, and we really want our seniors to live longer. The idea is not to have the care entirely for a lifetime. Our idea of providing good service is to have, let's say someone had a fractured hip or a broken arm and they're unable to do the things that they used to do. They were driving before, but with this happening, unfortunately, they're not able to do certain things. Our job is to go in and assist that they get back to a place of independence.
Absolutely.
We definitely want to hear the stories of when I started with you guys, I couldn't do this and now I'm back to normal. We take pride in hearing these things. And being a part of this company for 10 years, I am proud to say that we have grown from just being a registry to now having Linden Home Health Agency to this year launching our Linden Concierge Care.
That's right.
So if you're in Broward or if you're in Port St. Lucie or the Treasure Coast, wherever you are, please give us a call. We are available to you 24/7. Our Greenacre office number is 561-434-5005. And our Broward office number is 954 532-1256. And for those in the Port St. Lucie, Stewart, Treasure Coast areas, our number is 772-872-6950. We are here for you at any time, 7 days per week, 24/7. We are here. So,
so I just wanted to talk about some of these experiences that I know our listeners can relate to. This is the most gratifying, and I'm just going to take a personal stance on home care and how it can make a difference. Me being on the administrative side of things, meets with so many different clients and individuals on a daily basis who needs this care. And when they go in and they get that support, and you watch these clients, you see the smile come back to them. You see the trust open up in them. You see them getting out of bed and trying to go out and engage and be a part of activities and have the ability to get their own groceries and have the ability to say, I buttoned my sweater this morning. There is nothing like it. And so I believe it's one of the most rewarding things you can be a part of. Even if you listen, even if you make a small difference, it is so rewarding. And I went to see a client today, and a client was, had issues, and she goes, I've never had to deal with this, to think about this. And here I am, and I have no idea what to do. And I said, that's why I'm here.
Right, because our job is to do that.
Our job is to let you know,
right.
Bring that security back to you, bring that confidence that you will get that support to get back to where you were, to the best of your optimal wellness. And we're going to be with you through the referral of our caregivers on the registry. And if you are looking for an agency caregiver as well, just likewise.
Right. Yeah. Well, we have quite a few families that do not live locally, and they're living in another state, and their loved ones here in Florida with no family support, and then they call us, and what they get is us treating their family member as family. We treat them with the respect and the dignity that they deserve to be treated with. We also do care management through Linden Home Health Agency. And there's a lot of times you're not physically able to take mom to an appointment or follow up with the doctor on what's going on. Mom has a attitude has changed, something is going on. Our care managers is able to go with mom to the doctor's office, communicate directly with the doctors, liaison through with the doctor and the family, set up appointments, or even if there's a surgery, from A to B, we're there. Our job is to listen to our clients' needs. And even though we're facilitating a service to our clients, we have to factor in their families and their desires and their fears and their needs. And so when we provide a service, it's not just to that individual person, it's to their loved ones, it's to their family also. Especially we have people that they're an only child, and so they don't have a sibling to bounce an idea off of. We come in the picture and we give them our professional advice as to what do we think about what's going on and make our suggestions. We also pick our caregivers based on what we hear and what the client's needs are. A lot of time you'll realize that someone needs a male caregiver, or they may think that's what they need because of the type of care. But when you listen to their personality type, their height, their diagnosis, that's how we're going to pick that right caregiver. Some people may feel that they need 24/7, and when we do that assessment, we realize that we can make this work for you in a different way. Another thing is everything costs money. So we try to make it cost effective. We do accept long-term care insurances. We also, if not, because most people may not have that policy, you can pay us privately, and that's through a credit card. We take all major credit cards or through a check. We make it easy for the families to be able to afford this care. Now, so Tanya, you've been with the company a while. Give me an idea of the owner. Mr. Lyndon Williams.
What can I tell you? When you talk about someone that is invested and believes in what they do, and every day wake up to make a difference, and not just say it, but to execute it, there's nothing like it. And he motivates his staff. And it leaves an impression on the caregivers, even if they come in for 2 minutes to drop off a timesheet. They all know him by his first name. He's always available to say, good morning, how are you, how is the family? He doesn't forget about you as an individual. And there are hundreds of caregivers, thousands actually, of caregivers, quite a big employee administrative staff, and everybody feels like they're the only one. And he does the exact same thing with the way he models and operates his business. It's really quality over quantity. With all the clients we have, you can't tell them the amount we have. They can be like, no, there's no way on earth you have this many clients, but you have this much time invested in me and what's going on with me, and make it seem as if I am the only one. And that is something special. That's not something that you do. That's what you are. And so that's who he is. He's really a quality kind of person, and it reflects in his company, because as you can see, it steadily grows year after year after year, and it's indicative of the trail that he is blazing and the path that he's leaving behind.
So I told somebody a joke the other day. They think I'm lying. In all my years of working for this company, one of the things that I admire about Mr. Williams is that he's there most mornings before the staff. And he's the owner. Doesn't have to get in at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. He could show up at 11. He takes pride in setting example for his staff to follow. And that's just amazing. If you're a social worker, case manager, discharge planner, doctor, a family member or a neighbor, anyone can be a referral person to our company. If you're out there and you see that your neighbor, family, friend, someone needs some assistance, attorney or somebody, give us a call. We'd like to hear what your needs are and sit down with you and go over a plan of care so that we can add to their life. People are living much longer. We got a client this week when I was told she was 106. I go, what?
Absolutely.
Walking, talking, living independently. That's just that's a blessing.
And that's
unusual.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it's a prime example, as I mentioned earlier, of these individuals outliving their counterparts. Right. So to really have that companionship is super important. We want her to still walk, talk, make her decisions, do everything independently. Absolutely. But there's nothing more than companionship to stimulate the mind, body, and spirit. And so even if you have a loved one like that, and as Odette mentioned earlier, you live out of town, you can't always make those holidays. You can't always be there for those important dates. That's where we come in. It also brings peace of mind to you, the loved one, that can't physically be there at all times. To have that liaison in your absence, to be able to communicate with you and to provide that support that is so well needed that you can't possibly give because of the distance in between. So if you're out there and you're listening and you are that loved one looking for care for your loved one, these are things that we can facilitate for you. Give us a call, 561-434-5005.
Yes. Thank you. Sue, I was away over the Thanksgiving weekend. And because we're on call 7 days per week,
absolutely,
we have an on-call personnel. Well, as a liaison, as the director of marketing for the company, or even before I got this position, I've always made myself available to my clients. So my phone is never off. never off.
Sleeps by bedside.
Exactly. Sometimes in the bed. And when I travel, I also make myself available. And while I was away for those days, I kept calling the on-call personnel. I kept informing them of new clients, changes, things that needs to be adjusted. When I got back on Monday, she said to me, "Were you here on the weekend?" I go, "No, I was out of the country." She's like, "Excuse me, why didn't you say something?" The idea is, where I am is of nobody's concern. We're here to facilitate our clients' needs. We're here to provide a service. And in the 9th hour, when they're having a meltdown because this is happening and I don't know what to do, our job is to give this family member or our clients peace of mind that we have you. We are here. Now, we're not a perfect company. Things do happen. There are hiccups, but we learn from them. And that is why we've grown from Linden Nursing Service to Linden Home Health Agency and to Linden Concierge. We have listened to the client's needs. We've listened to their family's needs. We have noted the mistakes that we have made, and we have turned the negatives into a positive so that we can provide care to every individual at every level, because there are some people that want a certain level of care. And let's just say it's Christmas, which is coming up, and mom needs to go to a holiday party, and she lives in Palm Beach County, but let's say she lives in Boca, but her daughter lives in Vero Beach, which is about 2 hours away. The idea of having Linden Concierge is mom or dad would be able to still get dressed, and a car service can pick them up. Let's say the family does not want the caregiver to drive mom for 2 hours. We can set up a car service through Linden Concierge to transport the caregiver and mom to the dinner and back. Maybe they want to fly mom somewhere. The idea is we can book the ticket. We can do anything. We can facilitate your needs. Our job is not just to throw a caregiver to you. It is to sit down and listen and execute what it is that will make your daily living much better.
Absolutely. And I know you touched on the caregiver that I want to elaborate a little bit on. Our caregivers are pre-vetted, which is very important. That's the first part of bringing peace of mind. When you look for care, there are two reasons you're looking for care. For safety, that's number one, and for security, to know that your loved one is in good hands and is safe.
Absolutely.
And so our caregivers are pre-vetted. They do all have to go through a background check. And we make sure that everything else under Florida guidelines, that they're supposed to meet the requirements to, that they have met. So that is also very good to know, because you want to know what you're getting. Nobody wants Pandora's box, right? That's why we haven't seen it in how many years? Right, that's the past. You want to know what you're getting, and we do that to the best of our ability through our intake process, not only with sitting with learning about you, the client, and understanding your requirements, your likes and dislikes, but also kind of getting an idea too of the caregiver and their strengths and their skill sets, so that we can make that appropriate match for a compatible, consistent relationship as long as that client needs care.
So what happens if, let's say, hypothetically I called in. So Tanya, my mom's in a hospital. She's being discharged. She has a long-term care policy. I don't know the policy number. But I do have POA, and the insurance company has that on file. Can you help me?
Absolutely. We have an entire department dedicated to bringing simplicity to your life. And nothing is more annoying, I'm sure. If I don't get a call, I'm going to get one now. Nothing is more annoying than speaking to insurance companies. They have all their insurance lingos, and at the end of a 40-minute call, you don't even remember what the rep's name was because you're so convoluted with all of the writers and and insurance verbatim that goes with it, and eliminations and restorations, and you have no idea.
But that's why we're there,
right? We have an entire department dedicated to that, and they bring that simplicity. We have you. We go, it's okay. As long as we have you on that line to authorize us to speak with the insurance company, we are there to advocate for you. And so you need to just sit there, allow us to get that information for you. And it's always best to do that as well, because the insurance companies understand that we are knowledgeable about clients' long-term care policies. And they know that we will ask those questions that the normal civilian would not even think of asking. So that's another benefit to aligning yourself with a registry if you can, and you have long-term care. It really is beneficial in that way.
Or an agency.
Right. Or Linden Concierge.
Exactly. Now, if you're out there and you're a nurse or an LPN, an RN, a CNA, or an HHA, and you're looking for a place to work that you'll be treated with respect and dignity, then give us a call at Linden Nursing Service or Linden Home Health Agency. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. You will be treated as you should be. We will, as Sue says, the caregivers are vetted. So if you're thinking of Linden Concierge Care, it's an extra step. I know it's normal for you to do a test and then an interview, and references and the orientation. It's a little bit more, because it's a step above, because we want to make sure that whatever we're doing on the Linden Concierge Care, it's elevated.
It's excellence.
And that's why,
it's excellence in the future.
That's why Sue said there's an extra criteria for vetting, pre-vetting. It's what you said. Am I correct?
And training, pre-vetting and training.
Right.
Absolutely.
So if you're out there and you're looking for a registry or an agency, please give us a call. Again, the number is 561-434-5005 if you're in Palm Beach, or if you're in Broward County, the number is 954-532-1256.
So give us a call if you're out there and you're listening, or if not and you're not, wanting to speak on the radio tonight, give us a call off the air. Call 561-434-5005. We're so happy to speak with you, to tell you a little bit more, especially on your individualized care.
Thank you for joining us tonight. This was Tell Us Your Business. Your host, Odette Potter with Linden Nursing, and
Sutanya Gale Newville with Linden Nursing.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Night.
This has been Tell Us Your Business, where a special guest comes on every week and tells us what they do. All shows can be seen on amp2.tv, and if you wish to be a guest, call 866-224-5422 and tell us about your business. That's 866-224-5422. This has been an amp2.tv production.